Station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410. Elgin time, 11.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Hot Hands. Boar's Head is recalling certain Pecorino Romano cheeses over potential listeria contamination. The supplier, the Ambriola Company, is voluntarily withdrawing the products, including retail cups, food service bags, and pre-cut wedges, and other safety alerts. An FDA recall warns that a Brooklyn milk pan may contain significant lead, while over 200,000 Walmart Ozark Trail camping stoves have been pulled after reports of explosions and burns. Hyundai is recalling 85,000 Sonatas for potentially melting gas tanks, and Walgreens is recalling more than 40,000 bottles of saline nasal spray over bacterial contamination. Consumers are urged to check for recalls and return affected products immediately. A new FDA-approved eyeglass lens aims to show the progression of myopia in children, a condition affecting up to 40% of all U.S. students by the end of high school. Doctors say rising screen time is fueling the trend, and the new lenses could help protect long-term vision as they roll out nationwide. Wheaton residents may see a change in the timing of water rate increases. The City Council will hold a first reading today on an ordinance that would shift city water fee hikes from January 1st to June 1st, aligning them with increases from the DuPage Water Commission. If approved, the changes would take effect for the scheduled 2026 and 2027 rate increases. The City Council is expected to vote on the proposal December 15th. Officials say the shift is intended to simplify billing and avoid confusing customers with multiple annual increases. Fox Valley Hands of Hope in Geneva has unveiled 2 wind phones for grieving children and adults. One is a light green rotary phone, the other a colorful toy phone, neither connected to anything, allowing visitors to quote-unquote speak to lost loved ones and let their words carry on the wind. The phones, part of the National Children's Grief Awareness Month, are inspired by a Japanese tradition started by Itaru Sasaki in 2010. Fox Valley Hands of Hope provides free grief support throughout the region and plans to install more wind phones in public spaces next year. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Now there's a new way to take charge of your blood sugar. Introducing New Garlic Healthy Blood Sugar Formula from the makers of the nation's best-selling garlic supplement. New Garlic helps maintain healthy blood sugar levels with clinically supported levels of garlic, plus a custom blend of vitamins and minerals, and it's odor-free. Take charge of your blood sugar with New Garlic Healthy Blood Sugar Formula. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, E-T-H-O-S, ethos.com/Mike.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Rain-X. Wheaton residents may see a change in the timing of water rate increases. The City Council will hold a first reading today on an ordinance that would shift city water fee hikes from January 1st to June 1st, aligning them with increases from the DuPage Water Commission. If approved, the changes would take effect for the scheduled 2026 and 2027 rate increases. The City Council is expected to vote on the proposal December 15th. Officials say the shift is intended to simplify billing and avoid confusing customers with multiple annual increases. Fox Valley Hands of Hope in Geneva has unveiled 2 wind phones for grieving children and adults. One is a light green rotary phone, the other a colorful toy phone, neither connected to anything, allowing visitors to quote-unquote speak to lost loved ones and let their words carry on the wind. The phones, part of the National Children's Grief Awareness Month, are inspired by a Japanese tradition started by Itaru Sasaki in 2010. Fox Valley Hands of Hope.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. Today, partly sunny with a high near 23, temperatures falling to around 20 in the afternoon. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 18, temperatures rising to around 22 overnight. Gusty winds up to 25 miles per hour. Tomorrow, snow likely with cloudy skies and a high near 32. Currently, it is 18 degrees and mainly clear. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
The holidays are back at Starbucks, so share the season with a peppermint mocha. Starbucks signature espresso, velvety mocha, and cool peppermint notes, topped with whipped cream and dark chocolate curls. Together is the best place to be at Starbucks.
Find what you love and love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, find what you love only at Total.
Before the weather gets too cold, it's time to finish up those outdoor jobs. That's why ComEd wants you to know that electricity can jump from a power line to you and to the tools you're using. So maintain a safe distance from any power lines. You can also call ComEd at 1-800-EDISON-1 to have those power lines de-energized the next time you do any work around them. Stay smart, stay safe, stay back. ComEd, powering lives.
When it comes to orthopedic and spine surgery, Prime Healthcare St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin leads the way. Recognized by U.S. News and World Report as a high performer across multiple surgery types, we offer advanced and minimally invasive procedures supported by state-of-the-art imaging technology. Our expert surgeons and compassionate care teams are here to help you move, heal, and live better every step of the way. St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin, exceptional care close to home.
Folks, to Travel Tuesdays here on WRMN's 11 o'clock hour. We hope that you are enjoying the day so far today. Welcome aboard to you fellow travelers out there. This is Travel Tuesdays with Cruises International. That's the show that sets sail into the world's most breathtaking destinations, one voyage at a time. Over the next hour, we're going to be chatting, of course, through the sun-soaked islands, historic ports, so many different cuisines that you can try out, and unforgettable adventures. So, like we always say, grab that passport, settle in your favorite armchair, and let the wanderlust steer you. The sea is calling, and your next great journey begins now here on Travel Tuesdays with Cruises International. I've got President Shauna White with us once again in studio. The final one for this year, year, 2025. It's already the end of 2025. I can't believe it. Yes, I know. It's crazy. The time, I feel, has flown by so fast.
It's been a great year, though, Matt, hasn't it? Yeah.
Yes. It has been very good. Lots of good things accomplished, and I feel good. I feel good. So
good. Good. 2026 is going to be great. I'm looking forward to it.
I love it. Yes.
We're going to get you on a cruise next year.
Oh, my goodness. I definitely need to.
We need to have you be able to talk on our Travel Tuesday about your experience.
Yes, absolutely. I would love to do that. So we'll have to get that in the works. Folks, if you want to check out more information, of course, always feel free to contact them. You can check out their website, cruisesinternational.com. Vacations, land, and sea. You get advice, guidance, peace of mind, and those fantastic, unique experiences. Since 1978, you can call and speak to a cruise and vacation expert today. That is 1-800-ALL-SHIPS. That's 1-800-ALL-SHIPS or 800-255-7447. Let's start on this journey and talk a little bit about what's going on. What is going on here at the Cruises International facility?
Yeah, so if you're new to us, I just want to recap. We are local here to not far from Elgin. We're in Hoffman Estates. As Matt said, we've been in business for 47 years. We do have an office. So many years ago, there used to be travel agencies on every corner, and that's not a known thing anymore. There's not as many offices, but our clients love coming in. They love sitting and talking with our advisors, looking at the pictures of their vacations to come and, looking at that cabin or deciding between one destination over another or deciding between those excursions, hotels for the trip, the air schedule. Sometimes, it's a lot to do over the internet. And so we have clients coming in 6 days a week, and our advisors love having them in. We have, coffee, and we sit and we chat. And so we love appointments, but of course, walk-ins are always welcome. So we're open Monday through Friday, 10 to 4:30, and Saturdays, 10 to 2. If you need different hours, definitely give us a call and we can work around that too. But so we have office in the Hoffman Estates office, and we can do Zooms if you're not local, and we can do phone calls as well too. So, but we've been in business for 47 years. Our name is Cruises International, but like Matt said, it's land and sea. So we do all vacations, land and sea. So we do your all-inclusive vacations. We do that Disney vacation. We do your escorted Globus vacation, Trafalgar, talk tours, any of those types of vacations. So we do all of that. All of your travel needs, we're here for you.
Absolutely. Yes, it is fantastic. And of course, you can also check them out on Facebook as well, too, if you want to check out their Facebook page. I actually have to say, for a brief second, when I saw that picture of that woman in the center, I thought it was you for a second.
Really?
I was like, wait.
I just thought she was so exciting. Like, we're toasting into the new year. We're, getting ready to celebrate, and let's celebrate what 2025 brought us and, kick us off into 2026. So yeah, our Facebook is always up to date with, what's happening, what's going on, stories of our travelers, our clients traveling, our guests, our advisors traveling, any events that we have. Our Facebook is really a great place to find us. We are on Instagram and TikTok.
Nice.
Our TikTok is going too, so please find us on all of those. Our handle is just Cruises International 1978. You can find us on all of our platforms.
That's awesome. Very good. Let's talk a little bit about giving the gift of travel. Of course, we know it. The holiday season is here already.
Right.
It's just around the corner.
Yeah, I see your little ticker here. It says 22 days, 12 hours, and 48 minutes, and 24 seconds.
Until Christmas.
Until Christmas. Yes. You've got a little countdown here. I love it.
Do. Yep.
So, yes, giving the gift of travel. This could look so different to anybody. So we have gift certificates. That's obviously number one easiest way is, grandma wants to give the gift to the grandkids and the kids, saying, hey, go book a trip. Here's a set amount of money. Go book a trip. That's one way. Or maybe the kids already have a trip booked and they want to pay for an excursion. You can do a gift certificate to pay for an excursion, which is a really fun way. Or even I just had some neighbors call me and they're surprising their kids for Christmas with a Disney cruise. So mom and dad called, we arranged the whole trip, and I made them a nice certificate to wrap up to give, the kids, saying, surprise, we're going on a Disney cruise, pack your bags. It's leaving in a couple days. So, there's all different ways of, giving that gift of travel. But sometimes the best way to give that gift of travel is the family sits down, talks about, okay, let's pull our calendars together. You've got this, you've got that, sports, jobs, all the different things. And let's find a weekend or a week or, a long extended 5 days and pick a time where we can all get away. And let's, instead of buying those sweaters and video games and all of those things, let's put all of that money towards a vacation together. Yep. And, it doesn't have to be over the holidays. It could be just when everybody's free. It could be the spring break, or it could be that 1 week in July that there's no sports, or it could be 4th of July, or it could be Thanksgiving next year. It could be any of those times. But that's another great way to give that gift of travel, and so picking that date and wrapping it up saying, hey, we're all going to Mexico next year together, or, we're all going on a cruise, to Alaska next summer together.
Yeah. And I know we've talked about this before. We're noticing an uptick in people who are buying experiences rather than the physical items and things that won't, they're going to eventually fall apart or they won't last. Those
How
memories
many toys are you throwing away? I mean, when you have kids, you're constantly shuffling out the old toys that, you're like, oh, they needed it. And you stood in line and paid all this money for it. And they're not playing with it. But when you take them on a trip when they're 5, 6, 7, 8, they're going to remember that trip. And maybe they're not going to remember every detail of it, but you're going to have photos And you are going to remember that trip,
Yes.
right? You're going to remember that experience together, and that's going to last a lifetime. And we really have had so many multi-generational families that have traveled together. And it was for a holiday gift or for an anniversary, big uptick in anniversaries. We're seeing a good amount of 50th anniversaries, 60th birthdays, and 60th anniversaries. That is a big celebration we've got going on right now. So we're seeing a lot of people saying, it's our 50th or our 70th or whatever, and we want to go away for the family. We don't want to party. We don't want to, we don't want to do that. We just want to go away with the family and spend time away from the phones, away from the distractions, and, just spend time with the ones you love.
Absolutely. And that's the most important thing. So folks, give this a shot, give it a try. The Cruises International Vacation experts will talk to you and get you through the experience. Smooth sailing, as I always say.
Yeah. And trust me, start small. If you're thinking, oh gosh, no, we can't get everybody together, start with a long weekend, do a Thursday through Sunday or a Friday through Monday. And trust me, everyone will find time the following year that was so much fun. All the cousins got together, the adults got together. I always bring games. My sister-in-law always brings these, like magnet games, and the kid, everybody has so much fun, and we giggle and we laugh, and it's just such a great way to create memories, together.
Absolutely. So important, of course. Folks, we're going to take a quick time out. It's 16 past the hour, and we'll be back with more here on Travel Tuesdays with Cruises International. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Are you suffering with anxiety, depression, PTSD, an eating disorder, or even a substance abuse problem? If it's causing problems at work or with your family, get help now at Insight Mental Health and Wellness. We can help and treat all types of depression and mental issues. We'll help you use your insurance to get away from it all to a beautiful, sunny, and tranquil vacation-like environment so you can recharge yourself. And with a Family Medical Leave Act, you could take the time off you need from work. Plus, with the Affordable Care Act, your treatment could be 100% covered. If you're suffering from any kind of anxiety, depression, PTSD, eating disorder, or even a substance abuse problem, use your insurance and get away from it all. Come to sunny California. Call Insight Mental Health and Wellness now. 800-419-0287. 800-419-0287. 800-419-0287. That's 800-419-0287.
An official message from Medicare.
Medicare plans change from one year to the next. And this year, it's important for you to review your current coverage and compare all your options during Medicare open enrollment. Compare health plans, drug coverage, and costs. See if you can save some money, and don't forget to make sure your drugs are covered. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Visit Medicare.gov or call 1-800-MEDICARE.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
A recent Gallup poll indicated that 38% of Americans are putting off health care because of financial concerns, the highest ever recorded. I'm Dr. Bob Martin, here to serve you every Sunday afternoon from 1 to 4. Millions of Americans are seeking health advice that will not cost an arm and a leg, so I offer health tips and advice absolutely free. Listen to my show, Sunday afternoons from 1 to 4 right here on WRMN, AM 1410 and 96.7 FM, the voice of the Valley.
We are AFGE, the American Federation of Government Employees. We represent 700,000 federal and D.C. government workers who are the vital threads of the fabric of American life. We support our nation's military. We take care of our nation's veterans. We protect our nation's borders. We respond to our nation's crises and natural disasters. We provide services to our nation's seniors. The American Federation of Government Employees. We work for America.
We are AFGE, the American Federation of Government Employees. We represent 700,000 federal and D.C. government workers who are the vital threads of the fabric of American life. We support our nation's military. We take care of our nation's veterans. We protect our nation's borders. We respond to our nation's crises and natural disasters. We provide services to our nation's seniors. The American Federation of Government Employees. We work for America.
Welcome back, folks, to Travel Tuesdays with Cruises International here on WRMN. Of course, you can call and speak to a cruise and vacation expert today by going to cruisesinternational.com or, of course, give them a call at 1-800-ALL-SHIPS. That's 1-800-ALL-SHIPS, 1-800-255-7447. Speak to a cruise and vacation expert today for smooth sailing on your trip. And it is important, don't wait. Very important.
Yeah, we were just talking about it over break.
Yep.
Don't wait.
Absolutely. So we've got here spring break coming up next year, 2026. What is in store? What should people be doing?
Yes, if you have not looked at spring break for 26, I encourage you to do it now. It's getting to the point where it's getting full, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I would really encourage you to look at 27 spring break. Most of you, if you are a teacher or if you are in the school districts or if you have kids in school, your schools have already posted your schedule. I'm in District 300. I know locally that's covering probably a lot of your listeners.
Mm-hmm.
It's already been posted, right? So it changes, week here, week there. So most of them have already been posted. So if it's 26 is a little bit, coming up too quick because it's going to be pay in full right now, definitely look at 27 and planning ahead because spring break is such a short window because you've got really like the last 2 weeks of March and maybe that first week of April, and that's spring break, know? And it's mostly throughout the whole U.S. Chicago sometimes is later in April, but that's the majority of spring break. So it is hot and heavy. Airfare is expensive. So I encourage you. It's such a wonderful time to get away too, because think of our Chicago, right? He's out there shoveling this nasty snow, and this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning of the snow. And by March, it's starting to kind of get a little warm, but we're going to get that last snowstorm mid-March, and we're going to be like, I'm done. I need sun. I need to get out of here. And March is such a wonderful time to get out of the Chicago area. And so I definitely encourage you, if you don't have 26 planned, and you're looking to still get away, call us soon, very, very soon. But if you're like, hey, you know what, let's do 27 so we can make payments. We do a payment plan, which is really great for our families because it's something that not everybody plans for as a vacation, right? So to make it affordable, you put down that deposit and then we can make payments on it. And then 27 spring break is already out. And I'm sure if you look at your school district, your calendar is going to be already out too. So that's really a great time to get away. And I would say book as early as possible. The cool thing with us, Matt, is if you book early, not that spring break's going to, but if for some reason the price goes down, we are always watching the price. And if it goes down, we're going to say, hey, Matt, we got this promotion on your sailing and we can save you, or there's a promotion and I can get you an extra onboard credit or free dining or something like that. So our advisors are trained to be watching your sailing. So why you book early is for that great guaranteed price, guaranteed cabin. And, at least you have a cabin midship and, you have the best pricing and best area. And then the airfare, you can lock that in. If let's say we're looking at 27, as soon as it opens, we can book the cruise line air and you don't even have to pay for it. You just put it out there. You don't have to pay for it until final payment, as long as you book it with the cruise line air.
That's awesome.
So, and just making payments, it's a great way to plan for that family vacation.
Definitely. And those payments are a little bit of a way to kind of ease the worries of having to make a full payment, especially if you can make the full payment, then do it. But if you can't, those full... The paying it off is
yeah. And spring break trips are normally due around the holidays. So like you do at the end of, Christmas time. So who wants to really have your Christmas bill and your final payment bill all at the same time? So that's why I always encourage, especially if you're doing a spring break, to make payments, just because you don't want to be paying Christmas and your final payment for spring break.
Yep.
I just like to have it at least mostly paid off. So I'm not like, Christmas bill and that all at the same time.
Absolutely. So a little bit more on spring break 2026. What are some of the more popular cruises or destinations that you have noticed that people tend to go towards? Is it I'm assuming it's not really a whole lot of places that have snow.
Yeah. No, I mean, actually, I will say some people do love the snow. So we have people that do go, skiing in Colorado. And, so if, depending on the weather, right? Obviously, if that's something that you like to do. Florida's iffy because in spring break time, it's not always super warm.
Right.
So we can look at a Florida trip, and help you out with, that. Disney's always a very popular trip, but it's not going to be super warm, but it's going to be warmer than here, guaranteed. Guaranteed, definitely warmer than here. But, a cruise, definitely a cruise. And if you're flexible, if the cruise leaves on Saturday and maybe you can go out on Thursday night or if you can, work on your days and come in a little earlier, go out a little later, the airfare will be a little bit easier to get out. Anywhere in the Caribbean, Mexico, and I mean, anywhere besides Chicago in March is wonderful.
I have to ask, have you ever had a Bermuda cruise?
So Bermuda in March is not super duper warm either because you're going to go out of New York and it's going to be warmer again than here. But those first couple days are going to be New York. So it's going to be Chicago. So the first couple days are at sea and it's not going to be super warm. But once you hit Bermuda, you'll be warm. But it's like getting there is not warm.
It's a different transition from
Bermuda's gorgeous. And don't get me wrong, I would definitely recommend going to Bermuda. And we have wonderful cruises that go to Bermuda, and I would highly recommend it. But March, maybe wait a little bit later until it gets a little warmer.
I asked about the Bermuda cruise because my mom's dad was actually from Bermuda.
Oh, wow.
He was born, his whole family was from Bermuda.
Oh, my gosh. Well, then maybe that's the one you should go on.
We've thought about it. My mom and I have talked like, should we go to Bermuda this back in 2026?
I have not been. That is on my list for sure.
It is beautiful.
Yeah.
It is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. Bermuda looks gorgeous. I think for Chicago, it's not one of our lists because we just always go down to Florida and we just go to the Caribbean. But Bermuda is definitely a sought-after destination for sure.
Definitely. Yeah. It's just gorgeous there. I love it. It's a little home away from home.
Yeah.
Because I think I've been 13 times.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you're going to have to give me tips if I go.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, it's so great. So cool. So so spring break is coming up 2026. Get a plan in. We talked, of course, again, giving the gift of travel as well too. Gifting of travel doesn't necessarily just have to be the holidays. It can be for birthdays as well, anniversaries.
Right.
Really any time of the year for something special.
Well, and we talked about, if last week you blew up that turkey, maybe next year plan for someone else to make the turkey. So maybe next year plan to go away on Thanksgiving. I have some friends who started a new tradition and they just went away on their first annual Thanksgiving cruise. They had a loss in their family and they just couldn't think to have Thanksgiving home anymore. And so they're now going to cruise every Thanksgiving. And it's their new tradition. And she called me and said she's so glad they did. And so they've booked next year's Thanksgiving cruise already. So, when things change, you pivot or if that turkey blew up and you're just done cooking a turkey, or maybe the family is all over the country and you can't get together anymore and you're sitting home making that turkey, 20-pound turkey for 2 people, maybe it is time to let someone else make that turkey on a cruise.
Yep. So there you go. Folks, so many great cruises and destinations to go to. We are definitely going to be talking more about that here in just a little bit. We've got about a minute left. We'll take our quick time out coming up very shortly here. So you'll be able to listen to more on what we're going to be discussing here on Cruises International Travel Tuesdays. Travel Tuesdays. Don't forget, check out their website. That's cruisesinternational.com. Advice, guidance, peace of mind, these unique experiences. And again, don't wait. The opportunities are here, but they do book fast. So make sure you call that cruise and vacation expert sooner than later. That's 1-800-ALL-SHIPS. That's 1-800-ALL-SHIPS. You can also check them out on their social media sites to always keep up to date and in the loop on some great destinations to go to and secure that smooth sailing for your trip. Stay tuned for more here. We'll be back in just a little bit.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Hot Hands. Boar's Head is recalling certain Pecorino Romano cheeses over potential listeria contamination. The supplier, the Ambriola Company, is voluntarily withdrawing the products, including retail cups, food service bags, and pre-cut wedges, and other safety alerts. An FDA recall warns that a Brooklyn milk pan may contain significant lead, while over 200,000 Walmart Ozark Trail camping stoves have been pulled after reports of explosions and burns. Hyundai is recalling 85,000 Sonatas for potentially melting gas tanks, and Walgreens is recalling more than 40,000 bottles of saline nasal spray over bacterial contamination. Consumers are urged to check for recalls and return affected products immediately. A new FDA-approved eyeglass lens aims to show the progression of myopia in children, a condition affecting up to 40% of all U.S. students by the end of high school. Doctors say rising screen time is fueling the trend, and the new lenses could help protect long-term vision as they roll out nationwide. Wheaton residents may see a change in the timing of water rate increases. The City Council will hold a first reading today on an ordinance that would shift city water fee hikes from January 1st to June 1st, aligning them with increases from the DuPage Water Commission. If approved, the changes would take effect for the scheduled 2026 and 2027 rate increases. The City Council is expected to vote on the proposal December 15th. Officials say the shift is intended to simplify billing and avoid confusing customers with multiple annual increases. Fox Valley Hands of Hope in Geneva has unveiled 2 wind phones for grieving children and adults. One is a light green rotary phone, the other a colorful toy phone, neither connected to anything, allowing visitors to quote-unquote speak to lost loved ones and let their words carry on the wind. The phones, part of the National Children's Grief Awareness Month, are inspired by a Japanese tradition started by Itaru Sasaki in 2010. Fox Valley Hands of Hope provides free grief support throughout the region and plans to install more wind phones in public spaces next year. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Now there's a new way to take charge of your blood sugar. Introducing new Garlic Healthy Blood Sugar Formula from the makers of the nation's best-selling garlic supplement. New Garlic helps maintain healthy blood sugar levels with clinically supported levels of garlic, plus a custom blend of vitamins and minerals. And it's odor-free. Take charge of your blood sugar with new Garlic Healthy Blood Sugar Formula. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, E-T-H-O-S, ethos.com/Mike.
For nearly 50 years, the DuPage Senior Citizens Council and Kane Senior Council have been dedicated to serving seniors in DuPage and Kane counties. Established in 1975, the DuPage Senior Citizens Council is a volunteer-driven 501c3 non-for-profit organization committed to helping older adults live with dignity. From providing nutritious meals to offering support services, the Kane Senior Council is there every step of the way. With programs designed to enhance independence and quality of life, they're proud to make a difference in the lives of their senior neighbors. To learn more or to volunteer, visit them at 418B Airport Road in Elgin or head to their website at caneseniorcouncil.org. Give them a call at 630-338-0999. That's 630-338-0999. That's the Kane Senior Council, caring for seniors because they deserve to live with dignity and respect. Visit caneseniorcouncil.org or call 630-338-0999 today.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Hot Hands, America's favorite hand warmers. Today, partly sunny with a high near 23, temperatures falling to around 20 in the afternoon. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 18, temperatures rising to around 22 overnight, and gusts up to 25 miles per hour. Tomorrow, snow likely with cloudy skies and a high near 32. Currently, it is 20 degrees and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
A new exclusive offer with an eligible Bank of America Visa credit card is your opportunity to go from cardholder to ticket holder for the FIFA World Cup 2026. For a limited time, when you're approved for a new customized cash rewards or unlimited cash rewards Visa credit card, you're eligible for a chance to purchase FIFA World Cup 2026 tickets. Learn more today at bfa.com/cardfwc26. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America N.A. in partnership with Visa. Terms apply. All rights reserved.
Back, folks, to Travel Tuesdays here on WRMN AM 1410 with Cruises International. I, of course, have President Shauna White with us today here on a lovely December morning. It is a little overcast outside, but the roads are starting to become a little bit more clear, so that's nice, of course. And we've got some good things to talk about with you today, of course. Now, if you're just tuning in, don't forget you are listening to WRMN AM 1410. You can find us on YouTube. We're live right now on youtube.com at WRMN Radio. If you want to hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell so that you can always keep yourself up to date and in the loop on what's going on here in the Fox River Valley, what's happening here on WRMN, and Travel Tuesdays, Cruises International, all the great things that are coming up. So we want to talk a little bit about the Alaska Cruise 2026-2027 and some other great things too.
Yeah. So I know the snow is out, so that just makes me think about Alaska, right? You know?
Yes.
So we're actually, as a family, going to Alaska next year, and my niece says, "Is there snow? Do we need to bring snow pants? Do we need to bring snowshoes?" I'm like, "Oh my gosh, it's going to be beautiful. Stop." They're all worried that they're going to lose their summer tan. But Alaska is such a gorgeous, gorgeous place to visit, and it's such a short season. So I want to tell you that Alaska 2027 is out. Alaska 2026 obviously is out. So if you're looking to go to Alaska, I wouldn't wait. People always think like, oh, when you get older, you go to Alaska. That's when I'm in my late 80s, I go to Alaska. That's for old people. Mm-hmm. I really would suggest going now. I don't care how old you are. Now is the time. I have friends that went in their 30s, 40s, and they have said, this is my favorite trip of all time. Alaska is gorgeous. There's something for everybody in Alaska. It's a wonderful trip to take with a family, with a multi-gen. So grandma, grandpa, great-grandma, grandpa, the kids, the grandkids, everybody can come. But there really is something for everybody. You can be as active as you want. You go on a helicopter in Alaska. You can.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
And land on a glacier. Walk on a glacier,
I feel like I would slip.
Yeah. You have the snowshoes, you have the cool shoes.
Oh, there you go.
You can be as active as you want. You can do the dog mushing, right? Is that where you, with the dogs that, the snow dogs, the sleds,
yes.
Mush, where they,
the
sledding, you can do that. You can, or you can take a whale watching tour or a scenic train ride, or, there's so much to do in Alaska that the pictures really just do not do it justice. So if it has been on something like, down the road, I want to do it, don't wait. It is one of those, I went when I was years ago, and I cannot wait to go back. It was, I look at my pictures and I'm like, gosh, that was really pretty. But it's in my heart. It's gorgeous. It's just one of those things that it's so hard to explain. The glaciers. It's so hard to explain the mountains, the people in Alaska.
You have to be there to really experience
to feel it, to understand. The people are so kind, and just just the atmosphere and just being there. And, I was talking with a friend over the weekend and she was like, I think I want to go to Alaska. She's very scared of cruising because of the open water. And she said, but I want to do Alaska because I think I'll be close enough to land. And I said, yeah, because you're not like in the Caribbean where you're in the open, too far. You cruise very close by. So we're looking at an Alaska cruise for her because that is something she really, really wants to do. So, if you're worried about that seasickness, that could be an option for you too. But Alaska is a short season, so it does book up quickly. You can do a cruise tour with Alaska, which is a really great way. If you have the time and you have the finances to do it, it's the best way to see Alaska because then you get to go to Denali and you get to go up into Denali Park and you get to see the animals. You get to see the big five where you get to see, all the wonderful animals. You get to be close and, close to them. And it's really the best way, especially if you're like, I'm going to Alaska once and then I'm moving on my bucket list, do the cruise tour. Our advisors will really advise you on the best time and best way to see Alaska. If you tell us how much time you have and we will, give you the best way. The cruise is wonderful if you have a short time, but if you have, at least 10 days, 11 days, I'm going to suggest you do a cruise tour so you can get into Denali Park. It's just such a wonderful way to see the world. And I promise you, Matt, if your clients, if your listeners go, I hope they call us back next year and say, oh my gosh, I went to Alaska and you were right. You were right. It's just so gorgeous. So the season in Alaska, if you don't know, it goes from May to September. So it's a very short season. So that's why I say 2026 is out. But we've been booking 2026 for like a year and a half, 2 years. So 2027 is also out. So if you already have plans for next summer, definitely look at 27. If you're looking for plans for 26, we definitely can help you out. But if you have plans for next year and you're looking to book ahead, we have 27 is already out and ready to book too.
Awesome. Yeah, don't hesitate. They're here. You definitely want to check them out. You can find more information on cruisesinternational.com. You can also go to their, call them, of course, 1-800-ALL-SHIPS for more information. And what's great too, and many people know this, but for those who are just tuning in right now, maybe you've never listened to the show before, the cruise and vacation experts, you can actually book ones who have had experiences at these particular places that you might want to go to, so they can share their own experiences with you and give you tips and tricks.
Yeah, I just had some advisors go last year on just the tour portion so that they could, experience just the tour, so they can come back and they're able to talk with us and talk to us about how the hotels are and how the food is. And, so that is what we do as the advisors. And everyone's like, oh, you're just on vacation. But we're really inspecting it and we're coming back and we're sharing with our other advisors so that we firsthand knowledge can talk to you as the clients about, okay, the hotel is a little bit of a hike, or, make sure you bring, walking boots or an extra vest or, those kinds of things, because we've been there and we've done it. And if it wasn't us, it was our desk mate, and she'll be able to share her story so that we can share that with you as well.
Absolutely, and that it's not just the research too. So the travel experts are not just going on the internet and researching these things. They do research, of course, online, but they also, being there in person really does secure that validity.
It's the human connection, right? It's something that, yes, you can Google what the weather is. But if, I tell you, well, yes, the weather, but it's also slippery. So make sure you have, XYZ or, the kinds of things, the tips that our advisors, because of the firsthand knowledge of being there. So
absolutely. And they can even share pictures with you too. If there's a particular area, maybe you're looking to go to, maybe there's a cathedral at a specific place and maybe there's like a downhill slope. They can take pictures at certain angles and show that to you. So all those great things.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Which also brings us to Europe, if we have a few moments. So Europe 2026 is out and Europe 27 is out as well. So Europe kind of is a little bit of a longer season than Alaska. So it normally starts about April and it'll go till October. I've seen some even go into November. So Europe is a little bit longer of a season and much bigger of a destination, right? So you're looking at Alaska, which it looks big, but there's only so many places in Alaska to stop. When you're talking about Europe, I mean, where in Europe do you want to go, right? There's Italy, there's, Portugal, there's just so many places to go. Yeah. So I do feel when you're looking at Europe, you really do need an advisor because there's big ships, there's small ships, there's tours, there's land tours, which I know is on our thing to talk about later, but we can talk now. But there's bus tours. You can do a cruise and a bus tour. There's just so many ways to see Europe. So when you go to Europe, I really think, if you're local, come in, talk with us. We've got brochures, looking at them, talking it over, because you could miss an itinerary that hits every little place you want just by not, talking to one of our advisors and saying, yes, I do actually really want to go to Greece. And if, we're not talking, and having the right conversations, we might not know that Greece is on your list,
Yeah, absolutely. Now, those land tours are in in Europe, but they're also in the U.S. as well.
Yeah. So we do, our preferred partner is with Globus, Globus family of brands. So they're wonderful. They also have a river cruise, which is Avalon Waterways, but for their land portion, they do bus tours. So they do smaller and bigger bus tours. So their smaller is like 8 passengers. And so they're like voyages, small group voyages, I think they call them. But then they have the bus tours. So it's a little bit different of a way to see the world. You're checking in and out of a hotel and you have maybe you're here for 2 nights and then you're exploring. A lot of times you'll have breakfast included and then, a day trip and then afternoon on your own, or the morning on your own and then an afternoon tour and then dinner included. But it's really a way to see the interways of the islands, right? Or of the countries. So I always like to say, if you have the time, pair it with a cruise because you get to see, the cruise, you get to enjoy and relax, and then you can pair it with, getting a little bit closer into Europe too, a little bit more in depth, if you're doing Italy, it's just a better way to see more of Italy, more in depth.
Absolutely. And they're escorted too, so you're not going in blindly into it. There's folks who are there.
Wonderful people. And they're local guides, so they really know their stuff. And a lot of times, they'll say, wave to my mom, and they pass their homes. And, it's wonderful because you feel connected. They know what they're talking about. And you really do feel like you're experiencing the culture, But it is in the U.S. too, so you can do it in Arizona, or you can do it in the Rocky Mountains, and they're all over. So definitely, if that is something you're looking for, we do bus tour. They're Globus escorted land vacations.
That's awesome. So many great things, and of course, so much more to talk about. We're going to be taking a quick time out. We'll be back with more here on Travel Tuesdays with Cruises International. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
When disaster strikes, flood or fire, every second counts. At Emergency Construction Group, they specialize in immediate response and same-day service for any residential, commercial, or industrial emergency across the Chicagoland area. With over 30 years of experience, they've got the expertise, manpower, and equipment to handle any size loss fast. They follow strict IICRC guidelines to restore your property the right way, the first time. Their team values transparency, constant communication, and strong ethical standards because your peace of mind matters. Licensed, bonded, and insured, they're here for you 24/7, 365 days a year. Call 855-4ECG now. That's 855-432-4669. Or visit their website at emergencyconstructiongroup.com and let Emergency Construction Group put your life back together one step at a time. That's Emergency Construction Group. Your satisfaction is their passion.
Ever tried balancing a dozen eggs in one hand while hopping on one foot? Or maybe juggling cats while riding a unicycle? Sounds ridiculous, right? But guess what? That's exactly what texting while driving is like. Your human brain only has the capacity to focus on one thing at a time. So when you're behind the wheel, give driving your undivided attention.
Don't drive distracted.
A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Looking for a seed buying experience that's more humanized? Ready to trade a company that's oversized for an independent brand that's right-sized? Searching for elite hybrids that have been optimized, tested in your geography, and localized? Did we run out of words that rhyme, so now we have to use metaphysicized? Maybe so. But if you answered yes to any of these questions, then it's probably time you get Wiffleized. Choose Wiffles hybrids this season, and let's get familiarized.
Get ready for Around the House every Saturday night from 5 to 7 p.m. on WRMN AM 1410. If you're a homeowner or contractor looking to tackle those projects that feel a bit too big, this is the show for you. Join Eric along with his knowledgeable guests as they dive deep into everything from DIY renovations to creating a healthy home environment. We'll provide you with the tools and tips you need to complete your projects with confidence and ease. But it's not all work and no play. We believe in having fun. Our passion for home improvement shines through as we help you save time, money, and reduce the stress of DIY. So whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, don't miss Around the House. Tune in every Saturday night and let's tackle those home projects together.
Welcome back, folks, to Travel Tuesdays here on WRMN with Cruises International. As Cruises International, your vacation, your way, advice, guidance, peace of mind, and so many great, unique experiences. Smooth sailing when it comes to planning your perfect getaway trip. Call a cruise and vacation expert today at 1-800-ALL-SHIPS. That's 1-800-ALL-SHIPS or 1-800-255-7447. Don't forget to check out their website and also subscribe to all of their different pages, social media pages. You've got Facebook, you said TikTok also.
Yes.
And then is also Instagram?
Instagram. Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yep.
So,
Our handle is Cruises International 1978 on all of them. Yep.
very good. Well, we only have so much time left, and of course, we could talk so much more about some great things. But as you know, of course, the holidays are here. They're coming up. You can even plan for next holiday. So don't forget about those gift certificates.
Yes. But if we could end here with Matt, I think that, if anything that we were talking about today kind of is like, man, I think that interests me.
Mm-hmm.
I think I love traveling. I already talked to my friends about traveling, and I would like to maybe get paid to talk to my friends about traveling.
Mm-hmm.
At Cruises International, we are always looking for, motivated advisors or motivated people who want to be advisors to join our team.
Mm-hmm.
We're in a great position where we have independent contractors. But the cool thing about us is that we have an office. So the difference between us versus maybe some other advisor host agencies is that they don't have offices.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're local here, you can come in, you can bring your clients in, and you can meet in our office in Hoffman Estates. And you look very professional. We do all of our training. We can do it in person, or we can do it over the phone or over the email, internet thing. But we do a lot of in-person training. We just had a full day boot camp. It was super fun. It was like the 2 days before Halloween. So we all dressed up in Halloween attire, and we had vendors in, we had lunch, we had breakfast, we had themed events, we had training. It was a whole day boot camp. And so we do that for our local advisors, and we record some so that we have for our independent contractors that are remote. But it's really, it's such a fun industry to be in. And it's such a happen. It's really, I mean, people are traveling. We've been talking. I mean, we're booking out into 2027. Some cruise lines are even open into 2028. So just imagine all of your friends and your family that you could say, you know, hey, let's book a cruise and, you know, or a land vacation. We do Disney, we do all inclusive, we do all of those vacations. So if that's something that you've been thinking about or something that maybe you did years ago and you love travel, because if you're like anybody that's been in travel, once you're in travel, it's really hard to leave travel. So if you're ever interested in talking to us about that, please give us a call at the office and we would love to talk with you about joining our team and the different ways that we can talk.
Absolutely. Now, if people have general questions about payment plans, would that also be the office number as well?
Yeah. So the payment plans are, you know, obviously more about your trip. So you would want to talk to your advisor because it kind of depends on when the final payment is and all of that. But once you get set up with an advisor, then they'll be able to work with you on when and how to make those payments. But we definitely encourage payment plans because, you know, there's so much going on in the world, right? So you want to be able to afford those trips, and with a payment plan, it just makes life easier.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. So, folks, definitely get on the boat to planning your trip. There's so many great opportunities out there for you. And of course, like we've been saying here, if you are passionate about traveling and this is maybe a career option for you, you can of course call in, let Cruises International know that you're interested. And I love it that you've got so much in-person training as well too.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times people might be doing training, you know, through Zoom, and sometimes it can be a little bit hard to connect. When you have that in-person training, you're there in person with them.
That is what makes us so different, because so many places, like I said in the beginning, don't have an office. And so with us having an office, it's so great to be able to sit down. And I always say learn by osmosis, because I have advisors in the office that have been doing this 30 years. And you sit next to them, you listen with them, and you just start learning about things that you never knew that you would learn, because you're just hearing them talk with clients and such. So it's a wonderful industry to be in, and we're always looking for people to join our team. So
absolutely. Folks, check out more information. That's cruisesinternational.com. Your vacation, your way. Don't forget, check them out on Facebook. And also, there is still some time here. We still have a little bit of time left. I know that there is a Toys for Tots drop-off location.
Yeah. So at our office in Hoffman Estates, we definitely are doing our Toys for Tots. We had a wonderful success last year. So I think it's up until Friday. So a couple more days. If you would like to bring your unwrapped gift to our office, we would love to. Our box is getting full, but we will definitely take a few more. So
absolutely fantastic. Folks, check that out. That's Cruises International Vacations Land and Sea on Facebook. And then I also wanted to say, with the remainder of the time before we take our time out, this is the last Cruises International of 2025, but we are all booked for 2026.
Yay!
We're very excited. So this show, Travel Tuesdays with Cruises International, will be the first Tuesday of every month for all next year, and we're so excited.
Yay.
So,
well, happy holidays to everybody, and happy new year, and I'm looking forward to 2026 with all of you.
Yes, absolutely. I think we'll definitely have to work through maybe doing even more fun stuff too, talking more some great things. And if you have any suggestions for me too, let me know.
Yeah,
absolutely.
For sure. And we'd love to hear from you guys. So if you want to call in, ask questions, we'd love to hear from you next year as well.
Absolutely. Folks, thanks everyone for tuning in. Up next, I've got Out to Lunch here. We've got our Tradio segment at 12:30, and then more local programming in just a bit. And Shauna, thank you once again for coming in, as always.
Thank you. Happy holidays, everyone.